functions. Okay, so here is the equation that I would like you guys to know. It's called a natural base exponential function. Okay, so watch this. When this number that's in front of x, so let's say here's what the parent function looks like. So if this number r here is a positive number, so if r is positive, it's going to be a growth. If r is negative, if this up here is negative, it's going to be a decay. All right, so here's what it looks like. This is the parent function. This is a growth because it's positive, the x is positive. This is decay because the r is -1 and it's going to go down. The exponent's negative. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, tell whether it's growth. So here's how you're going to do this. You're going to tell whether it's growth or decay, and then you're going to graph it. So we're going to graph it in your calculators. All right, so just looking at this and look at my exponent. Is it positive or is it negative? Positive, so this is growth. Good. Okay, this one, positive or negative? Negative, so it's decay. Okay, so I want you to take out your calculators. I want you to put this into your calculator right now. I'm not going to do this. Put it into your calculator, and then I want someone to tell me the t-chart, because this is what you're going to write down on your test or quiz. Okay, someone has the chart? And then we'll do a chart here. Okay, what'd you get? -3 is 0.149. Okay, give me another number. Try to give me some whole numbers. No whole numbers there? Good. 0 is 3. I knew that. What about a positive number? Anything that's close to something that we can graph? Okay, 9 is what? 24,309. That's a little crazy. 24,000? I can't put that on my paper. So let's pick another number here.
I don't know what the button for is.
I think someone come up with a better number. So x is 1, and what would y be? 8.1. Okay, so now let's graph this. So on your calculators, click graph. But I'm going to graph this myself. So here's what I'm looking for on your quiz and your test. You need to have 0, 3. That's super important. It's a growth, so I already know what direction it's going. So -3, 0.1. It's going to be really close to the x-axis here. And then 1 is going to be all the way up here at 8 somewhere. So your graph doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to have 3 points. It has to be a curve. It has to be facing the right direction. And you have your graphing calculators to check that. Okay, let's do B. Plug this into your calculator, please. And then I want someone to give me a value for the table.
0, 1.
Good, 0, 1. What's another one? Thank you. Tell them sorry. What else?
Everything else is decimal.
That's fine. Let's pick 1.
Okay, 1 and then 0.6.
1 and 0.6. Give me a negative number. Good. Okay, and it's a decay, so I know which direction it's going. So give me, I bet you if you give me 2, is that a number smaller than 0.6?
Yeah, it's 0.3.
Yeah, it's 0.3. Okay, perfect. Do you have another number besides -1?
-2.
-2 is 2.7. Okay, so in your graph, when you graph this, 0, 1, I'm looking for that point for sure. 1.6, 2.3, negative 1, 1 point something, 1.6, negative 2 is 2 points. So look, it's a curve. I will mark it wrong if you don't have a curve. It's going to look something like that. To continuously compounded interest. So I call this PERT. So let's write it again. A equals capital P, which is your principal. E is Euler's number. R, which stands for rate. And T, which stands for time. All right. Time in years. Perfect. Okay. So watch this. You and your friend have accounts that earn compounded continuously. Anytime you see something that says compounded continuously, you know that it's a PERT problem. P, E, R, T, A equals. Okay, so look at this. So this is my account. This is my account. This is your buddy's account. So we got to look at this equation, and we got to look at this. Okay, P is your principal. That's what you started with. How much money did I start with in my account? $4,500. So I'm going to make two charts here. This is me, and this is my buddy. I started with $45,000. How much did my friend start with? $4,000. Good. What is my rate here? 0.04, which is 4%. Good. And we don't know your rate yet. So it says, which account has the greater principal? Who started with the largest balance? Yes, me. I did. So there's question number 1. And the only thing that you need to know there is how to read this equation. Now, second one, who has the biggest balance after 10 years? So let's look at the balance of your buddy. 10 is right here. It's a number that's like right here, which is, this goes by 1,000, so 6,000. It's a little bit more than 7,000. It's not quite 75. Yeah, maybe like 7,400, something like that. Okay, so now we're going to figure out, how do you find out what your balance is? Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to take this, and instead of T, we're going to put in 10. And it's all just a number, and your calculator will give you that number. Okay, so take your calculator, plug this into your calculator. 4,500 E, make sure you go to e to the x, and make sure you put parentheses there. And you're going to put 0.04 times how many years? 10. Close parentheses. And then you're going to press enter, and you're going to get an answer. And it's going to tell you what your balance is after 10 years. And I know my buddy has 7,400 as my balance. What do you have? What do I have as my balance after 10 years? 6,713. Did everybody get that? Mm-hmm. Good job. So who has the largest balance? He has 7,400. I have 67. So my buddy, which has a greater balance? My buddy does. So on your test or quiz, not only do you need to know the answers, but you need to show some kind of work. So you have to have this balance, and you can see when you compare the two that your buddy has the higher balance.